everyone and welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to send Zoom meeting invite link via Gmail automatically. So I'm a business coach and over here I manage all the meetings with my clients using Zoom. Now as soon as a new registration is done by the client on my Zoom meeting, towards the client I want to send an email with the link, the time and everything. Now over here doing this manually is a very time consuming job. So to solve the problem and save time, I've built a connection between Zoom and Gmail without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. Now whenever a new registration is done by any of the clients using Zoom, automatically towards the registrant, an email is going to be forwarded on their Gmail account. So now if you want to learn the entire process step by step, I'm going to take you towards my screen. So welcome to my screen everyone. I am a business coach and I manage the meetings and sessions on my Zoom account. Over here what I want is that as soon as by any of the client or the lead a registration is going to be done for the Zoom meeting that I'm hosting, towards that client I want to send an email with the confirmation that they are invited with the link and all the other details like this. Now doing this manually is a very time consuming and a hectic process. So to solve the problem, I've built the connection between Zoom and Gmail without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. So first of all, I'm going to show you how this amazing automation will work in real time. Okay, this is the meeting that I'm hosting, that is unlocking efficiency. Now we have for creating the registration, I'm going to simply copy this link from here and open it in a new tab right over here. So now you can see this is the registration page of this meeting. It is asking for my first name. So for the first name over here, I'm going to write it as test. Okay. For the last name over here, I'm going to write it as new. For the email over here, I'm going to write it as test33@pabblytudes.com. Okay. Next, it is asking for the phone number, for which I'm going to enter a dummy mobile number right here and click on this register button. It says you've successfully registered. As now the registration is successfully done, I'm going to open my Gmail account and refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see I've received this new email. You're invited to Unlocking Efficiency Demo Account. You're invited. You can see this is the meeting link. The date and time is right here. This is a Zoom meeting and the passcode with all the other details. Okay. So as now I've received this email immediately after registering, this is how this amazing automation will work in real time. And now let us build this amazing automation using Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I'm going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. After browsing the website, you can see Pabbly Connect's landing page is going to appear in front of you, where you will find two options right here, that is sign in or sign up for free. Before we create this amazing automation, I want to let you know about one thing, that is Pabbly Community. Pabbly Community is a space where you can find real-time updates about Pabbly. Over here, you can get help not just from our team members but also the fellow users. You can share your feedback, ask questions and even find amazing automation tips for your business in this space. So go ahead and join our Pabbly community today. For that, you will find the link of our community in the description box below. Okay, so now let us create this amazing automation. I'm going to go back to Pabbly Connect's landing page, where you will find again two options, sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, that means you have a valid account with Pabbly, you can directly sign in from here. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. I'm already an existing user, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. So I've logged into my account, and after logging in, you can see all Pabbly apps section is going to appear in front of you, where you can see all the applications that Pabbly provides. As I want to use Pabbly Connect, I'm going to click on this Access Now button right here, and then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. Now to create a new automation in our Pabbly Connect account, we have to create a new workflow. For that, simply click on this Create Workflow button on the top right corner, where you will find two methods of creating the workflow. One is the new beta method, other one is the old classic method. New beta method is more faster, modern and flexible, whereas the old classic method is a stable and familiar approach. I'm going to create this amazing automation using the new beta method from here. And firstly, we have to rename our workflow. So with the name of my workflow over here, I'm going to give it as Send Zoom meeting invite link via Gmail automatically. So this is the name of my workflow. For the folder, these are the folders. If you want to create your own folder to categorize your different workflows, so you can simply add the folder from here. I have created a folder in the name of workflows. I'm going to select it and create the workflow directly from here. As I'm going to do that, the workflow is created. Firstly, we have to set up our trigger. In Pabbly Connect, there are two major steps, trigger and action. What is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important principles of this automation. Trigger gives the commands and action steps are going to follow them simultaneously. That is why there is only one trigger but multiple actions. Firstly, we're going to set up a trigger step in which my trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select over here as Zoom. Over here, what I want is that as soon as a new registration is created over here in my Zoom account in any of the meetings, I want this trigger should capture the response of that. And for my trigger event, I'm going to select it as configure webhook and simply click on this connect button. This window is going to appear on which click on add new connection, and then it is asking for the token. With the help of this token, we are going to build the connection between Zoom and Pabbly Connect. To have the token, simply go towards this learn more section right over here. In learn more, you will find the entire steps that you need to follow to configure your Zoom account with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so you have to follow all these steps right over here. Okay, now what we are going to do is to have the token, we have to go towards our Zoom account. In your Zoom account, from the left side of the panel, go towards this advanced section right over here. Under advanced, go to this app marketplace section. Now we are going to create a new app in our Zoom account, and through the app we are going to build the connection between Zoom and Pabbly Connect. Okay, after coming to the app section, go towards this develop option, under which go to this build app right here, where you will find what kind of app are you creating. I'm going to select the option as general app and click on this create button. Okay, after that over here you can see we have to rename our app first. For the name over here, I'm going to write it as new email send as the app. I'm just giving a dummy name right over here. Okay, after giving the dummy name, you have to scroll down right over here. It is asking for the redirect URL. For the redirect URL, you have to open this forum that we have right over here, and over here you can see this is the redirect URL. Okay, we have to copy this URL from here and paste it over here in this field. Okay, and as soon as you're going to do that, automatically that URL is going to be applied right here as well. Okay, as we have added the URL right over here successfully, simply click on this continue button. Okay, after going to continue, you will find this secret token. We have to copy this token and paste it in this field right here and click on this save button. Okay, this is how you build the connection. Now if I'm going to go back, we have to set up the entire app right here. We have to click on this event subscription. I'm going to click on this add new event subscription, and now we are going to build over here. We have to choose a method. We have to choose a method of the webhook. Okay, we have to first choose the method over here. I'm going to select it as webhook, and we have to choose this webhook. And from where are we going to find the webhook? This is the webhook URL. So first copy this from here and open it. Okay, firstly you have to name our subscription. For the name over here, I'm going to write it as new registration as a subscription name. Event over here is going to be, I'm going to search for registration. I'm going to select it as meeting registration has been created as the event. And for the URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. As we want to send the data of the new registration being created towards this URL, I've pasted it. Okay, and click on this save button right over here. You can see the event is successfully created. Next, I'm going to click on this continue button, and simply I'm going to click on this continue button till the last step right here. And over here, click on this add app now. The application is then going to be successfully created. As now this application is successfully created in my Zoom account. Now what we are going to do is we are going to check whether Zoom is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not. For that, I'm going to create a new meeting registration over here in this meeting that I am going to host in future. Okay, so now for creating the registration, simply copy this registration link from here and open it in a new tab right over here. Okay, as we're going to do that, now let's create the registration. For the first name over here, I'm going to write it as new. For the last name over here, I'm going to create it as client. Okay, for the email over here, I'm going to write it as new344@pabblytudes.com, and for the phone number over here, I'm going to enter a dummy mobile number. Okay, After that, I'm going to click on this register button and the registration is successfully going to be created. I'm going to simply open my workflow over here and wait over here for a few seconds for the response to be captured. And you can see the response is successfully captured. Let us tally the response. This was the same phone number. You can see first name is new, last name is client, email is new344@pabblytudes.com with all the other details. Okay. So as now the response has been captured over here in my trigger, this means that Zoom is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect and our trigger setup is now been done. As now our trigger setup is done, towards this registrant, I want to send an email. For that, I'm going to set up my action step, in which from my action application over here, I'm going to select it as Gmail. And from action event, I'm going to select it as send email v1 and click on this connect button. This window is going to appear, on which click on add new connection, then click on the sign in with Google button right over here. Then over here it is asking for us to choose an account, with the help of which account are we forwarding the email. So this is the account, I'm going to select it. Then it is asking for the permission for this account, for which I'm going to click on this allow button, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. Okay. And then next over here it is asking for the recipient email address, to which email address we want to send an email to. So for the email address data, I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to click on this field, the previous step is going to appear. As I'm going to search for the email address over here, as it is asking for the email address, you can see this is the email address to whom we want to send the confirmation email with the link and other details as well. So for this email address field, recipient email address, I'm going to select the data of the email address from my previous response. As now I've selected this data from my previous response, this data right here has been mapped. And as we have mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. I do not require the CC and the BCC, so I'm going to skip the part. For the sender's name over here, my name is demo account. So for the sender's name, I'm going to manually type in demo account right here. For the subject of the email, I'm going to write over here as, this is the subject that I have, you're invited, unlocking efficiency, practical automation for modern workflows. Okay, you can see right away, this is the subject. For the reply to, I do not require that, so I'm going to skip the part. Content type, I'm going to write the content in HTML body, so I've selected over here the option HTML. And for the content over here, I'm going to write it as, you can see right over here, this is the email content that I've written. In the content, what I have done is I've mapped the data of the name of my client and I've mapped the data of this joining URL. Okay, I'm going to show you from where we can find the URL. Over here, I'm going to map the data. I'm going to search for join right over here. Search for this word. And over here you will find the joining URL. You have to simply map it. And this is the link using which the client who have done the registration is directly go towards this URL. Okay, they can just join the meeting through this URL. Okay, after doing that, simply I've added in all the required details. I do not require the file name and the attachment, so I'm going to skip the part, and simply I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. And as I've done that, you can see right over here we have received a response. That is a positive response. As we have received the result status over here as sent, so I'm going to open my Gmail account from here and refresh this page from here. As I refresh the page, you can see I have received this new email. Okay, this email is for whom? New client. Okay, this is the joining link. You can see right over here with the date, the Zoom meeting link and the passcode with all the other details. Okay, so as now we've received this email successfully, this means the connection between Zoom and Gmail is successfully created through Pabbly Connect. Now whenever in my Zoom account a new registration is going to be created, the trigger, Zoom trigger, configure webhook is going to capture the response of the registration. As now we have the registrant's details, automatically towards that registrant, an email is going to be forwarded with the link of joining, passcode, meeting ID using Gmail send email v1. And in this manner, I build the connection between these two applications without need of any coding and programming skills using Pabbly Connect. If you want to try out this workflow for yourself in your business, you can find the link of this workflow in the description box below. Okay, and now over here you can see this was it for this video, and if you have any questions or doubts, you can comment down below and we will answer your questions as soon as possible. This was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple applications using Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel and hit the like button down there.